Hello, everybody. Aaron from the Ballpit here with a report on an EP dropped by the one and only Dedboii Kez. This EP is named "I Chose Violence" and has seen a little bit of controversy in various places on the internet, as people didn't really seem to understand the artistic expression of Kez. However, Kez himself said that the EP was supposed to be felt rather than understood. So, not really a bar hunter sort of album, more of just the vibrations and emotions it brings. And the emotions that it is to bring are told to be pure violence, anger, chaos, and more of like a mosh pit sort of album. And, taking us in with a more in-depth analysis of the songs that make up this EP is our reporter in the field, Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. And just wanted to start off with, obviously, the first song, which is 666, with a feature from Youngster. So whenever entering into 666, the beginning, the hook, if you would call it, is absolutely infectious. It hooks you in immediately, and you can't leave the song once you hear the beginning. It's a very demonic song, obviously with the name 666 being a demon number, and is very, very aggressive. Kez has the first verse in the song, and it's arguably the best Kez verse that I have heard. Obviously, there are other good Kez verses that you could put up there as the best, but I think at very least you would say that it is one of the best Kez verses out there. Because like the intensity and the flow and everything that he brings is just ridiculous. Like, it's very intense, and the flow is very, very, very infectious again. And the feature from Youngster, it's solid. But the issue is whenever you have like two artists on a song, for example, and one artist performs at such a high level like Kez was able to do, the problem comes to where the feature is not able to match that, even if the person giving the feature is a good artist in their own right. It's hard to match a verse of that quality, and also, just for more specifically, the intensity and like tone that Kez brings. But good song. Then we transition into the second song, which is Murder, with a feature from Redster. Again, the opening is very, very aggressive screaming. And it's somehow even more aggressive and more demonic than a song called 666. How that happens, only Kez, right? And the feature from Redster it matches Kez's energy more. And I think it's a better fit on the song than Youngster was on his specific song. But there's still a noticeable drop-off in like intensity, which is noticeable. It doesn't make the song bad, but it's definitely noticeable. And right around here, listening to the EP, is where I start to feel the anger bubbling up inside of me, which is kind of what Kez was going for. And then the third song is Folgers, with a feature from Shofu. The opening of this song is much less aggressive, but the delivery and the tone of it is still hard. It's still aggressive, but it's less screaming aggressive and more serious aggressive, if that makes sense. And as much as this EP, is not about bar hunting, I did notice a couple bars, especially from Kez, like something about you playing puzzle games on the internet. That's the only time you can load up a piece. Or the bar at the end of Kez's verse about eating pussy and heat at your face, but Kez is still the coldest. And then the feature from Shofu is actually able to match Kez. Not because Shofu is as intense as Kez is, but his tone and delivery makes up for it and creates a more intense aura that is able to match what Kez has. Like, Shofu just sounds mad. Like, I feel like he's gonna just like fade my aunt real quick. Like, he's just gonna run up on my aunt, and I don't, like, he's mad at somebody, and I hope that it's not my aunt, because them hospital bills expensive. And So I've always had an opinion that Shofu is one of the best artists out because every time he's on a song, he not only adds to it, but is the best verse on the song, whether it's a feature or his own song. But in this song, of course Shofu adds to it, but it's not... Kez isn't below Shofu. Like, Shofu didn't have the best verse easily. They matched each other really, really well. And I appreciate that. And so this first half of the EP with 666, Murder, and Folgers was a more traditional Dedboii Kez style of music. And the next 3 songs, we get into a more exploratory region for Kez. So with the next song, we have Hasta la Muerte with 2 features. I'll put their names up on the screen right here. I can't pronounce them. I'm not even going to try to, but these guys. So the first minute of the song is very, very chaotic, and it's hard to focus. But the way I take it, because a lot of people complained about this song in particular because of the first minute, is it almost feels like the first minute is like voices in your head just arguing with each other, violent arguments, violent talk and everything just going on inside your head, to the point where you just kind of explode into Kez's verse. I think in the middle of Kez's verse, there's a stop in the middle and a flow switch, which was done really, really well. And I think when an artist can utilize a pause like that, it not only shows their skill, but also adds to the song. And all of like the artists on this track, they mesh really well together and create like an aura of chaos and anger from what feels to me like voices in my head. And then the next song, we have the Flat Body Freestyle, which is the only song on this EP without a feature. This is the song that my first 2 listens I wasn't high on. Because my first 2 listens I was pretty much just chilling. Like, I was just chilling in a bed, hanging out, listening to it. I didn't understand it, right? Until I was in a mood where I was already angry and everything, and already kind of hyped up and aggressive, and then I started to understand it. And I mostly wasn't high on so the production cuts into the vocals and distorts them, and I wasn't high on that until I listened to it again, and I was in a proper setting where I could appreciate the anger and the chaos and everything that's part of this song. And then I came to respect and appreciate the the production that was done. Is pretty unique, and I actually like it quite a lot. And then there's the last song, which is Unkillable, with Patty Trills as the feature. I'm absolutely obsessed with this song. It makes me want to steal candy from a grandma and push a baby down the stairs. It makes me want to go with Shofu to fade my own aunt. It makes me want to freaking GTA people on the sidewalks when I'm driving in my car, listen to it. I can't help but scream with it whenever it comes on. The production is absolutely wild. I think Drax did the production. Absolutely insane. Kez and Patty are perfectly matched. Perfect for the song choice. The solo, the drum instrumental between Kez and Patty's verses is so hard. And Patty's, screaming is simply just cut from a different cloth. He sounds like a traditional metal artist. And of course Kez can scream. We've been known that. And the ending of the song with the distorted, die, it's the best. And I love whenever I'm listening to the EP as a whole, and it ends with that and comes right back into 666 with the really infectious start, because it just ends up with me listening to the EP over and over and over and over and over again. And it's kind of ridiculous. So, now that I've gone into a more in-depth analysis, we're going to take you to our forensic specialist, Aaron, as he's going to rank the songs. Thank you very much, Aaron. Okay, we here at the Ballpit Forensics Department have, gone through the motions to come up with a professional scientific tier list of how we rate music. We're usually very positive people, so it's usually pretty positive. So let's start at the bottom, which is leave off project. Since this tier list will be used to review albums, it means leave it off the project. I don't like it. Solid means it's decent, but I don't really mess with it like that. on playlist means it's on a playlist. Spun often means that I choose to, through my playlist, to go listen to it, and obsessed means obsessed. Let's start with the bottom. So first, we'd like to say that no song on this EP is below on my playlist. Every single song here is on my playlist. So the two that are just on playlist are Hasta la Muerte and Flat Body Freestyle. Obviously decent songs. Listen to them quite often. They're on my playlist, and I listen to them quite often because I do listen to the whole EP itself quite often, but I don't usually choose to listen to just those two. Next, under Spun Often, we have 666, Murder, and Folgers. The first three songs off the EP, the more traditional Kez stuff. I like traditional Kez stuff, so I come back to it often. But then, obviously, we need to go back to Unkillable, which is in the obsessed category. Absolutely obsessed with it. That's really all I have to say about that. So, take it right back to our host, Aaron. All right, thank you. Now, after looking at the experts in the field, we determined that, on this EP, Kez did exactly what he wanted to do. And the beginning and the ending are just the smoothest parts of the song. Now, that's it for the Ballpit reports. What album or EP are we going to report on next? Leave it down in the comments section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out the artist Dedboii Kez. We really appreciate it. Thank you if you've watched this for supporting this kind of new style of music-related content. I'm out. Peace. Love y'all.